search for.
What?
I was
Did not make it onto the team.
I was too short and pudgy and slow. But then later on, when I got like taller and like faster, I was pretty decent at basketball. But then as the years went along, I knew less and less people that wanted to play, so I just stopped doing it.
Oh man, I used to play basketball. I went to basketball camp once.
Really?
Yeah. We just shot hoops and had a good time.
I can't believe you went to basketball camp.
I also went to golf camp. Yeah. Yep. Me.
That sounds terrible.
And
Golf camp, Ryan.
Golf camp.
It just sounds like a nightmare. I out of all the sports, I think golf has to be my least favorite. It's just
Have you ever played like an actual game of golf?
one time, and it was on short holes with my family, and it was all right, but it was just like, God, like I don't know. I think obviously watching it is really boring, but I had never played it. I was probably like in my 20s when I went and played golf with my family, and I mean it was fine just to like hang out and like do something that we didn't usually do. But I just didn't think it was a fun game to play, Ryan. I prefer to play
It's a soothing game. It's a soothing game. Like you're just out there in a field, with your stick. That's your weapon. And then you come across you place down the ball. You come across a hole and you got to get into that hole with that ball, right?
I know how golf works.
It's just like so soothing. It's so simple. You stand in one spot, you swing a club, then you get in a little car and drive to the next spot.
Get in a little car.
Yeah, you get in a little car, you drive. Yeah. So it's just like, it's relaxing. You don't have to do too much, but you feel like you accomplished a lot because, man, you shot that ball further than any small basketball court.
That's true.
Unless you were like already real close to the hole.
Although if you're playing a whole game of basketball, the amount that you'll like run back and forth, it might be equivalent or more than an actual golf course.
You think?
Yeah. Well, and especially if you have a golf cart.
They are back and forth a lot in that basketball game.
Yeah, for what is it? 48 minutes, I believe. 12 minutes a quarter, I think.
Yeah, and basketball is probably like better for the environment because it's not using those carts. Those are all electric.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't use gas powered ones.
The cart. I don't think.
Places.
Oh, that wouldn't be. You couldn't have a combustible engine automobile on a golf course because it's too loud.
Time.
Everything is supposed to be quiet, which is like how you're saying it's soothing.
You're right. Yeah, you would maybe
it's
for
like
the
metalhead. It's like the library of the outdoors.
Yeah.
You're just like 4, and somebody's like, shh, shh, shh. Stop yelling on the golf course, please. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop yelling.
You're right. That's true. It's weird.
Yeah, because remember those old Jackass bits where they would hide in the bushes with the fucking air horn? Yes. They would be like winding back for their swing. And I loved that.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that was like, that makes the experience of golf fun.
It does. It ruins the experience of golf for everybody involved besides the other people. But everybody who's not involved, it's much more fun.
But I believe that, otherwise it's not fun. I mean, I get that it's relaxing, but that relaxing and fun are not necessarily synonymous.
It's fun to relax when you're a tired person. So,
or old.
Or old, yeah. Yeah, and you've lived a long life and you've made it through and it's just time for you to relax. It's your time and enjoy it.
I remember there was like, in like high school, there would be a golf team or whatever. Or if you go in like a certain restaurant, they'll have like photos of like that town's like different teams. And the golf team just always looked like a bunch of fucking douchebags.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one too many polos, but the shorts are cool, you have to admit. They've got some colors on them.
Maybe if they wore some like trip pants or Jinko jeans while they were doing it, like
they would look cool.
And like Kangol hats, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think I have worn a pair of trip pants on a golf field.
A golf field.
Yeah, a golf field. The field of golf, the field of holes.
If you did that for real,
I think I did.
that is a disgrace.
I think I may have at one point. I've been to a golf course with a pair of like trip pants on.
Oh man, what would Tiger Woods think of that, Ryan?
I don't know.
He would be ashamed for you.
He probably would hate me.
Oh man,
He's like, that's not the appropriate attire. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I feel like if you went to like a really ritzy golf course, they wouldn't even let you wear something like that.
They wouldn't even open the gates. They would just be like, nope, go away.
Shoo, you nasty rascal.
This isn't a casual party. This is a formal.
It's a formal event.
It's a formal event.
Fellow Americans. It's a black tie event. You need to take it seriously.
You need to only wear black ties. Nothing else. Make sure that it covers your genitalia so that we aren't breaking any rules here. We don't like to break the laws.
We don't like to break the rules here on People
Also
Also Search For.
The podcast where we find the answers to life's greatest questions while quenching our thirsts.
Ooh, that was a good one. We quench our thirst, and we quench our thirst for knowledge as well.
And, there's so much knowledge to find that...
I'm so fucking thirsty for that knowledge. Oh, yeah,
Drink me now.
Jacob and Ryan, put that knowledge deep into me.
I'm the knowledge. Drink me, Jacob.
And that's what we're doing with the internet. We're like, yeah, internet, pump it into me.
Yeah, so... what we wanted to pump into us this week.
That sounded really fucking gross.
Yeah.
gross.
It's the holiday season.
Oh, that's not gross.
Yeah, you want that pumped into you. You know.
Clearly, all the sheeple going out and buying their commercial goods on Black Friday.
Yeah, I was one of those sheeple.
Yeah,
I went out.
Was,
yeah, well, we probably both went out.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Wasn't that great? I
Yeah.
mean,
I didn't even get anything.
I did. I got a little something.
For yourself?
No.
Oh.
I got a little something for you. Maybe.
How dare you?
What? It's really little. It's a really little something.
You know how I feel about presents and
How do you feel about that?
and the holidays in general.
How do you feel about the holidays?
I feel irritated, Ryan.
Why? It's a time for
Every
friends
year.
and family.
It is, and I love that about the holidays. It's like an excuse to spend time with your family and not work. So that's good.
Yeah. Or have to work more.
But just the general festivities and traditions and the whole like commerce of the holidays, I don't know. It's just too much capitalism, man, and everyone's just on board. But in general, as an adult, like the tradition of like giving gifts and receiving gifts, it just feels so awkward to me.
Same.
Like it's painful. Like I love when somebody likes the gift that I gave them. Like that makes me feel good, so therefore it like reinforces the value of doing it, but it's a 50-50 split, and the other side of that coin is just misery.
Yeah.
And like
if they don't like it.
It's like you're obligated for like 2 months of the year to nonstop be thinking about like, what am I going to get this person? What am I going to get this person? Like checking your list of like different people. Like, all right, now I got to do this next or go buy this or order this. It's just like, oh, fuck. And just like the like exchanging gifts part too feels weird to me as like an adult. Like it was fun when I was a kid, but it feels like it's a juvenile activity. Like, I don't know, that this is starting to sound like I'm just a terrible like nihilistic person.
You're fine.
But it definitely gets awkward.
It's
for me
more
a little
awkward,
bit.
and I think it's because it's harder to excite someone when you're an adult. So like if you get them a gift, they're like, oh cool. Like it's like It's like they could have just bought one probably themselves.
Well, yeah,
And it's
obviously.
like, and you kind of understand like the value. You've seen too many things to be excited at that point. So it's like you don't get the reaction in like the of like a child that's opening an N64 for the first time.
Yeah, and I think it's also because when you're a kid, you're not like, I mean, you start getting your family presents like when you're pretty young, I guess, like, or making them like some dumb drawing or whatever, like, you know, that's going to get put in a drawer
or on the refrigerator.
Yeah, but so when you're a kid though, like, you're not like thinking, you're not putting that much effort into it. But I feel like once you're an adult, like you and every other adult, like when you're talking about like Christmas and like getting gifts, like, I don't know, there's probably a lot of people that like get joy. I'm like, oh, are you like, how's your Christmas shopping going? Like, to me, I don't want to talk about it. I want to think about it as little as I can because, you know, it's just, you know, you got to take time to like pick things out or make things for people.
The more time you think about it too, the gift is just going to become more obscure. It's like you should just go with the first thing you think of. It's like, would grandma like a electric toothbrush? It's like, maybe. So if you have that thought, you may as well just get that and just give it to her, because everybody's going to return their gifts the next week anyway and get the money for them.
I guess that's an equally cynical way of thinking about it. I mean, I
gave you a nice twist at the end there. You thought it was going to be a positive message. I went totally negative.
Now I'm starting to feel like the good guy.
People also search for insider.
Because I was going to say, you know, I think that's part of the acknowledgement of like giving gifts to each other is like, you both like know that you spent time to think about it. And maybe I spend too much time, you know, putting effort into it, especially because, you know, I'm an artiste sometimes. And
really specific.
Sometimes I'll make things for people still at this age, you know, in my life. I still make people gifts, and clearly I put time into it. So I think people appreciate stuff like that, obviously. But, you know, you don't want every friend and family member you have to just have a gallery of your artwork in their home. Like, so there's only so many times you can like make a gift for somebody, unless it's just like an object that has like a purpose, like a bread box. Like I made you this wood bread box myself.
Yeah, and then they have it for like the next 14 years. And you still see it in the kitchen when you visit.
And you're just like, I fucking made that.
Yeah, you're like, man, I'm so excited.
Well, I do
that much. I use it for over a decade.
I definitely have a couple friends that like have like some of my art, or like one thing maybe.
I do.
And like, yeah, you do. And I know there's people that have my artwork like here and there, but you know, then when you visit them, you can like see it and you're like, oh yeah, I made that. And you look at it every day.
Yeah. I invaded your space with my visuals.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But anyways, like buying gifts for people, it's like, it's much more miserable because you're
hard.
Like, you don't want the person to have to take it back, because then you're just giving somebody a job to fucking do.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
that's true.
Merry Christmas. Here's this shit you're going to have to fucking take back to the store.
Everybody's always so busy around the holidays, too, so it's like they don't even have time to do that, so you're, like, giving them more of a hassle. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Wasn't even worth the $15 to come over
it's like,
here.
Merry Christmas. Now you have Christmas for 2-3 weeks after it happened. Because you have to take all this shit back to the store or send it back to Amazon.
Or I guess like, but that's at your leisure though, because like you own the thing. So it's like if you don't want it, like that's your fault. You know?
What?
If you don't want, like, if somebody gets you a gift and then you don't want it, it's like you could just throw the gift away. Like, so it's like your fault if you see it that way. Like, oh, I have to return it. It's like, no, fuck you. You could throw it in the trash if it bothers you that much.
Yeah, I mean that you didn't spend any money on it, so
exactly.
You could throw it in the trash.
So it's like the person, you just act excited when you get it because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You know?
Well, yeah, that's what everyone does.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, I really needed this 3-tier cake tray.
Wow. That was a deep cut.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, that's part of why, like, I think the holidays are like awkward. Like everyone knows that, I think, but some people like love that and like feel that it's part of the tradition enough
That's true.
that they're like willing to endure it. And also, there's probably people out there that don't even think about it as being awkward. Like they just do it and they're like, "Yeah, fuck it." Like,
No, I'd say that a majority of people probably are like that, like where they just buy something and they're like, "Okay, here." And you know, you're always safe getting people like snacks or something too. Like,
yeah,
get them
yeah.
like a fruit tray or something. I don't know.
A
Like
fruit tray.
No, usually you get those special sausages like with the cheese, and it comes with like a knife and like a dish. What are those? Those like sausage packs?
I have no idea. Is it like a pre-cooked like shrink wrapped thing?
Hold up, I'm gonna. I don't remember what those are called. I'm gonna type in Christmas sausage.
Christmas meats.
Christmas sausage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, wait, hey, hold up. Yeah, like these meat and cheese gift boxes with sausages. Hickory Farms.
Hickory Farms.
They are expensive as heck, but they are so good. If anybody wants to get me a gift, meat and cheese gift box from Hickory Smarms. From Hickory Schmarms Farms. I would be happy no matter who got me that in any situation at any time of the year. But you can get them around Christmas, so you got to get one. Have you ever had one of these?
Hell no.
Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah.
I figured that's what you were talking about, but never had one.
What's something about the holidays that you enjoy? Like this is something we've talked about the holidays being, but
Yeah.
and I've talked about that. This is something I love about the holidays. You can get these meat and cheese gift boxes, and they're delicious. So
that's really one of the main things that you love about the holidays?
Yes, Jacob. Maybe. I mean, it's like it might be intermediate. Like, I mean, it's like it's not like
like a nice little bonus thing of the holidays, like not your.
Yeah, it's like it puts a smile on my face at that time, and then I take it home and I eat it, so it puts a smile on my face for like multiple days, and then it's gone, and we had a good relationship.
So you're, yeah. So you're saying, meat puts a smile on your face.
It does. Meat and cheese puts a smile on me.
Meat and cheese. Pretzels and cheese. Ryan,
doing a sandwich.
What was that noise that I just heard a second ago?
I don't know. Wait, I don't even know where my phone is. Oh God.
Well, too late now.
Too late. See, okay, sorry. It's all right. It's all right. So
just
Jacob,
don't let it happen again.
I won't. It never happen again. So what is one thing that you enjoy about the holidays? Bring this on a positive note.
Well, the one thing that I said before was like I like to see the reaction of like when someone likes a gift that I made them. Like
yes, right.
So that's one good thing. It kind of makes the negative stuff like equal out. Where you're like, oh well, I guess it was worth it. And otherwise, I mean, just being with my family. That's probably the biggest thing I like about the holidays.
Me too.
Not sausage and fucking cheese, Ryan. You fucking monster.
We all know. We see where my priorities are. Yeah, baby. You sausages, get at me.
Yeah. Speaking of sausages, Ryan, I don't believe sausages are kosher, are they?
They are not kosher, Jacob. They're definitely not kosher unless they've been blessed by a rabbi and made of only beef.
Do they make Hanukkah sausage?
They might. I mean, if we've typed in Christmas sausage, we may as well type in Hanukkah sausage. I wonder if
that's day one shit, Ryan. That's day one. You're getting Hanukkah sausage. Day 8?
Day 8? Yeah, day. On the
There's
first
8,
day
right?
of Hanukkah, my true love gave to me a sausage.
There's 8 days,
Damn
right?
sausage. Yeah, there's 8 days.
Okay. I was scared that I didn't have the number right, but
yep, 8 days of gifts. And
on the
family.
8th day, so the first day you get sausage and cheese. On the 8th day, you get a fucking Lamborghini.
Yep, it's Jewish tradition to always give out Lamborghinis on the 8th day of Hanukkah. Yep. It's everybody's favorite day.
So you celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas, right?
I do. I celebrate.
That's dope, man. You get 2 holidays.
I do. I get 2 times the family, 2 times the fun, and probably about the same amount of gifts overall. But
hell yeah.
it's more about being together and seeing that face that you were talking about earlier. But I like Hanukkah. But it doesn't seem like there's a Hanukkah sausage. I'm not seeing anything.
Well, you know what there is, though. People also ask. We got, what is Hanukkah sausage made out of?
Is that spelled Hanukkah completely wrong?
They spelled it more like closer to how you spell Connecticut.
Wait, is this an actual kind of sausage that it thought I was talking about? It's Conecuh, and that's like Hanukkah sausage. Is Hanukkah sausage something completely unrelated to Hanukkah?
Click that arrow, Ryan.
I'm trying to. It's not opening up.
Why, internet? Why?
I don't know, but I bet ConecuhSausage.com would know. So
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Conecuh. Kanika.
Hanukkah. So I don't think this has anything to do with Hanukkah.
It has nothing to do with Judaism whatsoever.
No, it's literally just a sausage website where you can buy like.
It looks like a family owned where is it located?
Dispensary.
A dispensary.
Sausage dispensary.
Go to
Alabama.
Okay. Yep. Evergreen, Alabama.
You ever want to get your sausage Cajun, spicy and hot? No MSG added. Come down to Connecticut sausage.
Connecticut sausage. Located in Alabama.
Connecticut sausage. Grill out with us. Yeah, so that has nothing to do with Hanukkah.
No.
But, know, apparently Hanukkah sounds close enough to Hanukkah sausage, where the first thing that comes up when you type in Hanukkah sausage is Hanukkah sausage. Good job. They got the SEO results.
And then the first thing that it comes up with on the sidebar of see Hanukkah sausage for images or shopping is a mensch on a bench.
Yep.
From Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
It's a little Hasidic Jew.
Yeah, it's a mensch.
Or a rabbi, maybe. Is he a rabbi? I can't tell.
Well,
the pictures.
He could be a rabbi. He's got the hat, but like.
Yeah, it's too small. I can't see it, but it's like a blow up thing, right? It's a blow up sex doll.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a blow up sex doll.
Is that the equivalent of Elf on a Shelf?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, he is a rabbi because he has the scarf thingy.
Yeah.
But a mensch is just like a good man, right? Isn't that like the Yiddish like
what?
A mensch, isn't that like a good man?
A mensch? Yeah, it's just like a charitable man.
Yeah.
Like, yep.
Like, oh, he's a mensch.
Yeah, he's such a mensch. He's given all his time to help us old poor ladies
I
out. Play a bingo.
I hope I can be a mensch someday,
yeah.
Ryan.
I think we're both mensches for bringing free content to all.
So. Oh, and they're raving about it, Ryan.
They are raving.
All those people, yeah.
All them Hasidic Jews.
You should all go and rave about our podcast on YouTube.com or on iTunes.
Yep.
Wherever. Just write us. Make sure you give us 5-star review, though. That's the important part.
That would be great. Or just like us and do whatever you want and subscribe.
But people also ask, can you eat meat on Hanukkah? I'm assuming
I know the answer
some meat, right?
Yeah.
Just not
it depends.
Pork
meat. You're supposed to keep kosher if you're a certain kind of Jew.
Kind of Jew.
Yeah, I'm a certain kind of Jew.
You don't fuck with the Jews.
Yeah, you never fuck with the Jews.
I love that story.
Yeah, I do too. I just couldn't believe it happened.
If you want to hear that story, go back and listen to the episode called Big Fat Glock. You can hear that story.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I know that not everybody keeps kosher that's Jewish. That's an optional thing in certain places. But
I mean, you can always click that arrow next to "Can you eat meat on Hanukkah?"
No, I was gonna type "Can you eat meat on?" I was gonna go to "Can you eat meat on Hanukkah?" But the people also ask, "Is it working?"
Oh, it's still not working. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really weird.
So,
Thanks a lot, Google.
Yeah. So, can you eat meat on Hanukkah? I'm going to type in.
You can eat fish, right?
I'm gonna spell Hanukkah wrong every single time I do this. Oh, okay. People also ask, "It's not working."
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, it doesn't work. Well, I guess we can't go that route this time. We're just gonna have to go.
Well, there's the thing at the top that just says it at kosher laws also impact what Jews eat. There's no pork or shellfish allowed. That you want. Oh, and then the nice part about Hanukkah is the last 8 days, so there are plenty of opportunities to eat family meals. Yeah, that's really, really a nice 8 days all lined up in a row.
Yeah. Do you know why it's 8 days, Jacob?
I don't know really anything about Hanukkah. I think I know whatever I heard from like Rugrats or whatever when I was a little kid. But
If you could, do you remember anything on that? Like, could you like tell me what you think it is?
oh, the story of Hanukkah.
Like what do you think? Like, just a quick one. If you had to take a guess,
Of why it's 8 days.
or just anything about
I think
Hanukkah.
it's like it like represented like 8 days of fasting or something.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's not that off. Okay, well, it's pretty off.
It's something ritualistic.
In a way, the story of Hanukkah is like, I'll type this in to make sure I'm right, but the story of Hanukkah is basically when the Maccabee warriors, the Maccabees, were trying to like fight off Syrians, and then they ended up like winning. Like, even though they were a smaller army, they ended up winning the war. But they like ran out of like fuel to light the area, and they had enough fuel left to light the candles for one night, but that amount of fuel lasted for 8 magical nights.
Ah.
So it's in celebration of winning the battle of the Maccabees and the
Maccabean War, like it.
Yeah.
So it's one specific like event though. It's not like it didn't help them like win the war or anything. Because that was like.
Well, I think it did because they survived because the light lasted for 8 nights instead.
Wasn't that like a long war though?
I have no idea, but we could find out for sure here on Hanukkah history. The 8-day Jewish celebration known as Hanukkah, or Chanukah, commemorates the rededication during the 2nd century BC of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, where, according to legend, Jews had risen up against their Greek-Syrian oppressors in the Maccabean Revolt.
Oh, okay. So it's about the Maccabean Revolt.
Yes.
Nice.
So we give each other gifts every night to represent the gift that we got.
Is there any reason why it's like in December?
I don't think so. Probably just to compete with Christmas. It's probably just something we all decided as a community.
You were part of that community?
Yeah, I was part of that
decided?
community. We decided that they would be at the same time of the year. That way we didn't have to deal with like 2 Christmas holiday seasons. Like one at one end and one at the other end of the year. Because imagine how horrible that would be, having to experience that 2 times a year.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good at all.
And then, like...
Do you think that really is what, like, just so it conformed to how Christmas is? Or
I think that it probably did. I think that those holidays over the time probably... I don't know if that's actually... That probably has nothing to do
Well,
with it.
I know that Christmas is in December because it's like... It's from a pagan ritual of celebrating the winter solstice, which is like the shortest day of the year is the winter solstice.
Well, Hanukkah changes when it is every year.
Yeah, I knew that. Hasn't it even been in like the end of November before too?
Yeah. It can be really early. It can be at the beginning of the month. It can go past. It's like it's ridiculous.
It uses the moons for the moon for its dates.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I put why is Hanukkah in December.
Yeah, we found it out. Hear that, people? We're also searching for why is Hanukkah in December. Boom! Knowledge bomb, Ryan.
Yeah, Hanukkah is the Jewish festival of lights, and it remembers the rededication of the second Jewish temple in Jerusalem and Israel. Because the Jewish calendar is lunar, it uses the moon for its dates. And Kislev can happen from late November to late December. So it can be any time
What's
in there.
Kislev?
Kislev? I'm going to say, I don't know.
I'm going to say, I don't know Ryan.
I feel like maybe it's a different word for Hanukkah. Kislev. Kislev, Hebrew. It's the 3rd month of the civil year and the 9th month of the ecclesiastical year on the Hebrew calendar.
Holy shit. This is getting into some deep Jew lore right here.
Yeah, this is... Okay.
Is that offensive to say Jew lore?
Not really. I mean, we are going deep into the Jew lore. I mean, I wonder how far this can take us. Let's go to the Wikipedia page and find out. So... Kislev. Let's see if there's something in here.
Yeah, it says it has 30 days, but because of Rosh Hashanah postponement rules, in some years it can lose a day. That's how the moon is, Ryan. It's like 28 days. It's not quite a whole month, so it always fluctuates.
Not enough days.
Not quite.
In Jewish rabbinic literature, the month of Kislev is believed to correspond to the tribe of Benjamin.
Ooh,
the tribe of Benjamin. We've come across something new. According to the Torah, the tribe of Benjamin was one of the 12 tribes of Israel. The tribe was descended from Benjamin, the youngest son of the patriarch Jacob.
Yeah, that's right.
Jacob,
patriarch.
Yeah, Jacob and his wife Rachel. Jacob, is there something you haven't been telling us?
I don't want to talk about that.
He was a Maccabean warrior. No, no, he wasn't.
He was a Maccabean warrior?
No.
Why did you say that?
Because I was thinking, about, making up a story, but I was like, I probably shouldn't mess with the past.
That's the same Jacob that was in the Bible, Ryan.
Wow, I don't know anything about
See, they have similar characters. I know that much about Judaism and Christianity.
It's kind of like how, movies have the same people in them, but it's a different movie. You know?
Yeah, and plus...
it's teaching you a lesson and entertaining you at the same time.
Plus, the Jewish texts are only the Old Testament of the Bible. They don't go into, what the New Testament is after...
yeah, it's like Coca-Cola Classic.
Because they don't include the part where Jesus came back from the dead.
Yeah. Because it was all fake.
Or wait.
No.
Yeah, that's the big difference.
Yeah.
It was only
That's probably why there's not a huge difference between what happens on Christmas and Hanukkah. I mean, what is the story of Santa Claus?
Although wait, the story of Santa Claus?
Yeah.
That's from Germany, from Sankt Nikolaus.
But that's a big thing. That's the big thing with Christmas. So wouldn't it have it has nothing to do with the point of Christmas? It's just that guy was there giving people toys.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yep. Because Christmas came from Germany, and that's what Christmas originally was. It was but the actual date that it is based on is still comes from pagan civilizations that celebrated the winter solstice.
Hold up. I just said, where did Santa come from? And then the next word that came up was Coca-Cola, which is what I randomly said during that. They were listening to us, Jacob. They wanted us to search for this. Where did Santa come from? Coca-Cola. That's not what that search bar would have been.
I didn't hear you say Coca-Cola.
I did.
Oh.
That's so weird.
But he's the mascot of Coke during Christmas.
But where did Santa come from suggest Coca-Cola as the next, like...
Yeah, because he's like the icon of Santa Claus. Like when you think about Santa Claus, you think about the Santa Claus from the Coke commercials.
Oh.
That's like the mainstream like Santa that people think of.
Wait, the visual of like Santa Claus right now is made by Coke?
I'm just saying that's like the most like popularized American version of how we see Santa Claus. That's like where
True.
that's what formed like through the for the 40s and 50s and shit. That's where the original Santa Claus came from. It was like I think Norman Rockwell painted it, but it was the like painting of Santa Claus for Coke. And then we eventually animated him with disgusting CGI technology.
We don't want to think about that. But
But there was like, I mean, if you typed in Sankt Nikolaus, he looks kind of like how our Santa looks.
Saint Nicholas.
Yeah, that's not how you spell Sankt, but
How do you spell Sankt?
Sankt.
S-A-N.
And there's no H in Nikolaus.
S-A-N-K-T. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Sankt Nicholas.
Look at him. He's got red and white, but he doesn't exactly look like jolly old Santa.
I just like the title of the first website. Saint Nicholas. The German way and more.
And then Sankt Nikolaus was the one that had Krampus as like his not his alter ego, but his like arch enemy.
Yeah.
You've heard of Krampus before, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, that's weird because like that kind of makes me think like Nightmare Before Christmas, like Jack Skellington's kind of like the Krampus, because he ruins like Christmas and like Santa.
Yeah, or how like the Grinch is like the Krampus of Whoville.
Yeah,
well,
the Grinch is the Krampus of Whoville.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't touch him with a 10.5 foot pole,
10.5 foot.
Yeah,
pole.
a 10 foot or a 10.5 foot. Oh.
Well, Ryan, I'm really glad that we could learn more about Christmas and Hanukkah, but we don't want to leave out one of the other big December-ish celebrations, right?
You're right. We don't want to leave anyone out.
And I don't even know for sure if Kwanzaa is during September, but if it wants to compete with the other two, it
better be pretty good.
It better be in December-ish territory. Oh yeah, there you go. It's the day after Christmas.
January 1st.
Yeah, they got 3 days.
Wow.
Or not 3 days. Holy shit.
That's
I really mathed very wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay.
It's more like 6 days, Ryan.
Yeah, that's almost double the days, Jacob.
I don't even know. Is it
not even
6?
Close to the right answer.
Is it 6 days every year?
I don't know.
What is Kwanzaa and why is it celebrated? Oh, I like how the people also ask works now.
Yeah,
because we're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, we're explaining what Kwanzaa is right now because we're not exactly sure at this point. I've never celebrated it.
Neither have I. They also did a Rugrats episode where they explained Kwanzaa, but I don't really
That's true.
remember it at all. I don't really remember any Rugrats.
I remember those gross Jello molds that they had in that one episode. Those were gross. The jiggly old Jello molds. Ugh, nasty.
Yeah, I don't really remember that either, but
okay. Yeah.
But anyway, Kwanzaa is an African American celebration of life from the 26th of December to the 1st of January. Oh man, I don't even know if I should try. Maulana Karanga introduced the festival in 1966 to the United States as a ritual to welcome the first harvest to the home. Dr. Karanga created the festival for Afro-Americans as a response to the commercialism of Christmas. Oh. Man, he did a good job.
Nice. So they were like protecting us from commercialism, the thing that we were saying we hate.
Yeah.
Man, Kwanzaa's
Well, yeah.
way more important than I thought it was.
That is true, and I don't think they like give gifts for Kwanzaa, but I could be wrong.
I guess we could type, what do you do on Kwanzaa?
Well, there's the people also ask that says, what is Kwanzaa and why is it celebrated?
That's what we were on.
Oh. Well, click one of those links. We'll have the...
Who celebrates Kwanzaa? What are Kwanzaa traditions? 5 Kwanzaa traditions on how... We probably shouldn't do this since this is a different podcast.
Well,
That'll be fine.
It's not the podcast. It's their like homepage.
Oh, okay.
How stuff works.
Yeah, all right. Well,
it's just an article.
We'll go through how stuff works. They'll give us the 5 Kwanzaa traditions.
I'm sure they will.
I love how stuff works. They're a good company. Okay, Kwanzaa, a 7-day holiday that celebrates African American heritage, is the brainchild of Dr. Malana Karenga. We already learned that. I want to know what you do on Kwanzaa. 7 principles. Unity. Commemorates togetherness, not only in family, friends, and community groups, but in the world African population. Self-determination. Should I try and read these by their actual names?
If you want, that's...
Okay. Each day of Kwanzaa represents... Before we get too far into it, each day of Kwanzaa represents one of the 7 principles. Taken together, the 7 principles make up Kawaida, a Swahili term for tradition and reason. Kwanzaa celebrants are encouraged to discuss, meditate on, and dedicate themselves to different concepts every day. Oh, so you do one of these each day of Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kwanzaa.
Oh, Kwanzaa. So it would be like Umoja, unity. We already went over that one. Kujichagulia, self-determinations. Honors the ability to define, create, and speak for the self. I think these are things you're supposed to like self-contemplate each day.
Yeah.
All right. Go for number 3 there.
Okay. Ujima, collective work and responsibility, focuses on communal problem solving and consensus building.
Nice.
These are very good.
Ujama, cooperative economics, spotlights sharing work and wealth and following non-exploitive business practices that benefit the whole community. Man, this seems like an actual useful thing to think about. It's like instead of Christmas and Hanukkah bringing us video games and toys and electronics to distract ourselves with, we're learning about the real, like what it really means to be human and part of a community.
Yep.
Fuck commercialism.
Are you going to start celebrating Kwanzaa, Ryan?
I think I already do every day of my goddamn life.
Sure you do.
I do. Okay, so number 5, purpose, Nia. A commitment to upholding Black history and heritage and regaining prominence as a culture.
Well, sorry, Ryan.
I can't.
You can't. You're not allowed. Cultural appropriation.
Damn it! I didn't know that was a part yet. I stopped at 4. Well, freaked up.
Yep.
All right, give us number 6 there, Jacob. I know you like the number 6.
All right, Kuumba, or creativity.
You got a lot of that.
Explores the obligation to beautify the community for future generations.
Yeah, like graffiti.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Street art.
Moving on. Number 7, Imani, or faith. Focuses on being positive and believing it. Shut up. Believing the potential of the self and the community as a whole. That's not, well, faith. Okay. There's like 3 of them that like focus on like a community or like how you relate to the community.
Yeah.
But that's good. I mean, it's
togetherness.
You got to think about that stuff.
Yeah. So if you don't, you're gonna stay alone forever.
Yep. So I mean, you could celebrate 6 of the 7 tenets of Kwanzaa if you like.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can uphold Black history and heritage,
Yeah.
regaining prominence as a culture. Like, I guess you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think a lot of people would be like, you know, thinking that you're appropriating a culture that you shouldn't be.
Maybe.
So otherwise, you just keep it to those 6 and you're good. It's just pretty much like thinking about togetherness and community and faith and creativity. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it makes me jealous a little bit that I don't celebrate it. As much as I like Hanukkah and Christmas.
Yeah, you got 2 there. Why not the third one?
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty much just like, you know, things that you have to think about and, you know, celebrate in your mind. You don't really have to do anything.
You don't have to. Yeah, that's true. I feel like Kwanzaa would be more relaxing than Christmas and Hanukkah.
Well,
'cause you don't
yeah.
have to deal with the stress of
I don't
the
think,
hecticness.
like I was saying before, I don't even know if they exchange presents. I don't think that's what it's about.
No, I didn't see anything about that.
Ask the Google, Ryan. Ask.
Do
you exchange
you exchange
presents for Hanukkah?
Presents
And you
for
spelled
Kwanzaa.
And you spelled
For
exchange.
Kwanzaa, right?
Yep, for Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Or as you said before, Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Give out the gifts of Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, my love. Kumbaya.
The gifts are usually exchanged between the parents and children and are given out traditionally on January 1st, the last day of Kwanzaa, since the giving of gifts has very much to do with Kumbaya. Kumbaya. The gift should be of an educational or artistic nature. That's pretty nice.
That is nice.
I like that, Ryan.
So they make something for each other.
Well, that said they should be of an educational or artistic nature. So maybe like a book or like a puzzle or a Sudoku. Oh,
Yeah,
I always say it wrong every time.
Sudoku
puzzle book.
I used to be obsessed with those.
Sudoku.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, I've done a few in my day. They're titillating, Ryan.
It makes you think.
You can give a crossword puzzle book to somebody for Kwanzaa. Those are only like $3.
Yeah, and they're fun
like,
for you for the rest of your life because
sounds
nobody's ever finished a crossword puzzle book.
I know I have one, and it's probably like half of an inch thick, and I've done maybe like a quarter of it.
Think about that. That is a lifelong gift. If you buy someone a crossword puzzle book, they are never going to get rid of that because it was a gift, but they're also never going to finish it. So it's just going to sit at their house taking up space for their entire lives.
It might even be a multi-generational gift.
It might be. That's going to go down, and it's going to go so long that they aren't even going to understand the words that are in those crossword puzzles enough anymore to be able to complete them. They're going to be, what is this ancient language? And it's going to be like, what are these hieroglyphics? Like, yeah, and
because it's not just a bunch of emojis. They don't know what it is.
Exactly. And then, yeah, if they can't see it visually as a picture, they don't understand language.
I don't even want to imagine that type of future.
We have recessed. We're into hieroglyphic era in the computer age.
Almost.
We're getting there. I mean, although they are cute, I like using them. Because sometimes the context of a text goes out of context if you don't put the right face with it.
Well, yeah, of course. And I was just saying earlier how I love those bitmoji things, as stupid as they are. Because it's just like a little me that I made, and it looks pretty similar to me. And it's just like funny because like there will be one that you're in like a cat costume or some shit or like a unicorn costume. And, there's just a silly, fun way that you can, respond to people with like a little cartoon version of yourself.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's nicer to like see something that looks like a person when you haven't seen a person for weeks because you never leave your house. So, like,
yeah,
I would. If you only see words, there's no emotional connection. But if you got a little bit of cartoon chibi version of you, there's plenty. You at least be like, oh, there's a little cute little Jacob right there, and then
yeah,
you have a smile on your face when you read that message from him.
I feel like if it was like a little chibi, It wouldn't, like, the reason I like the bitmoji is because, like, you can actually make it look pretty close to how you are. Like,
Yeah.
there's one, you can make there's two versions of it. One you can make that has more realistic features, and then the other one is more like a cartoon with, like, big eyes. So it doesn't really look like that human-like. But, so I like the ones that are, like, actually look like the people. And then when you see them doing silly stuff, it's just a fun little time there.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, and there's like thousands of fucking like images that you can find in that thing.
Yeah, you can. What?
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah, have you ever looked at the Bitmoji app itself and like looked at the different like categories of
I
stuff?
never like scroll down that far because they're almost always different. Now that you say it, they're almost always different when I like go to use one.
Yeah, I mean, and now like you can type in like half of the vocabulary and find like an image that connects to whatever you're typing.
That's crazy.
But if you go on the Bitmoji app, you can like see all the different categories, and there's like 50 or 60 for each category. Like there'll be happy, sad, like worried, like all these different like emotions. Or like if you type in skateboard, there's probably one of you riding on a skateboard.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, there's
See, we don't even need to tell people what we're doing. You just type in skateboard on Bitmoji, and then it sends them a picture, and they know that you're out skateboarding.
yeah.
Yeah. Unless you aren't, and then you're a dirty liar.
Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of ones that say like, oh, at work or whatever, like, oh, like pretty much thing to describe every part of your day, like breakfast time.
Cooking a taco.
Yeah, there probably is taco one. There's
Yeah.
Actually, I think there's one where like you're in a taco.
Really?
I think so.
Man, next time I get Taco Bell, I should send you one of those.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it
Jacob,
was
you know what this means, right?
it means I'm about to have diarrhea later.
I love Taco Bell, but it's so bad for you.
I really love it too.
It's amazing.
It sucks because like you can eat like really cheap there, but my favorite thing is like way overpriced in my opinion.
What's your favorite thing?
That's the CGC, the cheesy gordita crunch.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And it's like $2.87 or some shit, and it's just like, man, $3. Like, if you think about like a type of groceries that you can get for $3, it's like it doesn't like make sense how much it is. But you can get like certain like small burritos at Taco Bell for $1, but that CGC, man, it's like $3. So it's like, I don't know.
Taco Bell's gotten a little more expensive around here lately, though. Like their dollar, like I don't even think they have a burrito that's under like $1.50.
Oh, they do. It's called the cheesy bean and rice burrito.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay.
That's a good little option if you don't necessarily need to have a meat protein in there.
Yeah, if you don't want meat too, that's veggie.
Yeah, and
Taco Bell's been vegetarian for a while.
It's $1. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Mexican food you can get that's vegetarian.
Yeah,
it's just
good.
You're gonna be eating mostly beans, or you could get a chili relleno.
What's a chili relleno?
That's my favorite Mexican dish that I mentioned in my like final meal thing that we talked about.
Right.
It's just like a green chili pepper, and it's filled with
Yes.
cheese, and it has like sauce on top of it.
Yes, those are.
Oh, and it's deep fried as well.
What? That sounds great. I don't know. That was deep fried. I feel like I've eaten that before, but I can't remember. I don't remember it being deep fried. Maybe it was just like a stuffed pepper.
They're not always deep fried, but sometimes I don't know. It just
That
depends
sounds better. Cause like think about like jalapeno poppers. Ah, so good. Those are like some of the best snack food. Like,
do you like the jalapeno poppers from Arby's?
I do. They're pretty good.
They have like cream cheese in them.
Yeah, my favorite ones are like, and this is like, if you get them at a restaurant, they're probably better than these. But like as far as like the fast food, like kind of crappy jalapeno poppers go, I really like the ones at Sheetz.
I don't think I ever got jalapeno poppers from Sheetz, but I don't even think a lot of people know what Sheetz is because it might only be in the Midwest. But
maybe
they have. It's basically like a truck stop type of gas station, but they have like basically a food kitchen in there that's open like 24 hours as well.
Yeah, it's got a touch screen. You just make whatever you want on there, and then they make
Yeah.
it for you, hand it to you in a bag.
And they have like a seemingly impossible, like impossibly long menu. Like you can get like onion rings, like weird like appetizer shit. You can get like hoagies or like hot sandwiches
they have
or
like
like
everything
burgers,
in every fast
hot
food
dogs,
place, but in one place.
Yeah, they literally do.
It's like we have regular fries, we have curly fries, we've got mozzarella sticks, we've got jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
Like anything that's fried, they have.
And you just
it.
look at like the size of the kitchen, and it's like, where do they even keep all that shit? Like
Yeah.
we have a Kaiser roll, we have like a sandwich bun,
They have
we
like
have
regular
bread.
hot dogs and like a more expensive, like more brat like hot dog, and then they don't even have one kind of everything. Then they have like all kinds of burgers and like chicken sandwiches and everything you can think of, fast food wise.
If you're around somewhere in the Midwest, I don't even know exactly where Sheetz are, but this holiday season, if you want to treat yourself right, go have yourself a made-to-order Sheetz feast.
Yeah, it is a good time. I can tell you, I've done it a few times in my day.
Yeah, I definitely went there, fair amount when I lived back in my hometown where we had Sheetz. But
yeah, we don't even have Sheetz here in Cincinnati.
No,
it makes me sad.
You know what'll make you feel better, Ryan?
What?
Learning one more thing about the holidays.
All right, we should bring this on home and learn.
What's one thing that we didn't? Because we learned what Kwanzaa was, and you
Hanukkah
told me a little bit
about Santa, right?
Yeah, a little bit about Santa. I feel like Christmas, we don't even need to really talk about it because everybody
knows about Christmas. The most popular holiday.
I think
in the
everyone's
world.
tired of hearing about Christmas.
That's true. They've been listening to the music for a month now.
Tell me, what is Hanukkah like for you? Like, what do you actually like do, and like, do you like actually like celebrate all 8 days and like?
When I was a kid, I used to with like the family, but now that I live away from all that, we usually just like do like one night, and we kind of like, it's more like Christmas because we don't light a candle every day. I know that
you didn't light a candle every day?
I haven't. I did not recently, no. But it's still, we go through and celebrate it the way you would. We just cram it down into one day.
Oh, okay.
Because we usually don't have like 8 days to be together, to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Because like I know there's like some Jewish people that like they strictly like celebrate all the holidays and like like observe the Sabbath and stuff like that.
I mainly do Rosh Hashanah and Hanukkah are the two that I still pretty much celebrate every year.
Gotcha. But that's still cool though. I mean, like, so if your family like was all together and like you all like had like the schedule of where you could all meet up, like would you like still do it? Like would you all like do the candle every night and like have a family meal and stuff?
I feel like we would if we had like younger kids around, like so they could know what it all was about. But we've all done it so many times. So I think like if the next generation of young Ryans and or Ryan's families, I think that then it might start up again. It's like a cycle.
So it's more like the ritual of it is like more for kids in the same way that like Christmas is.
Kind of. It's more to like learn.
Yeah, because like
about the traditions. Yeah,
because if you're just like, let's say you're like a married couple, and like neither person has family around them, and doesn't have kids, like. What would be the point of even celebrating Christmas? Like, it's
like it's a togetherness. Like, if you're not together, there's no point.
Or even like giving gifts or anything, because it's like, wouldn't you just like go out shopping or like go on a vacation or something? Like,
yeah, with the days off.
Like that sounds way fucking better to me.
Yeah, it sounds better to me too.
I mean, I wouldn't want to like be away from my family if I, obviously if they're
Yeah.
if they're
If they're around, yeah, it would be great.
yeah.
But if you can't, going on vacation sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially because you'd be away from the cold.
I mean, technically, the only reason I really celebrate Christmas is because my family does. Like,
Yeah, me too.
I don't think I would necessarily do anything to be like festive. Like, I don't have my own like Christmas decorations or anything.
Me either.
Cause I'm never gonna be celebrating Christmas at my house. Cause that would never happen. Like, unless I had my own house and a family,
Yeah,
then there would be Christmas at my house. But
exactly. It's for the family.
but to be perfectly honest, Ryan, if I had my own family, I don't know if I would celebrate Christmas.
would you not celebrate it at all?
I would celebrate Kwanzaa.
You're right. Yeah, I mean it is the best. It's true. But I would probably do all three just so they have the experience of multiple cultures.
I would either do the main 3 celebrations or I would do none of them.
Yeah,
and I would just
gotta do all three.
I would just use that time to like be with my family and like celebrate each other's company instead of like worrying about fucking presents.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with celebrating Hanukkah under a Christmas tree while, also contemplating, the history of yourself.
Do you think if you had like a wife and kids or something, you would have like you would celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah? Like, do you feel compelled to like
do that?
Yeah.
If I had a wife and kids?
Yeah, like
I
your
would.
own family. Really?
Yeah, definitely. I think I don't know if I would do it in the exact same way, but I would want it to, I'd still want it to carry on.
Just like what part? Because the only thing that like really makes it like Christmas is like you like specifically spend time with your family on that day and like exchange gifts.
Yeah, that's what we would do.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be like,
see, like
we're celebrating what is the Christmas actually what is it's like?
Oh, the winter solstice.
No, like why is Christmas? Like, what's the religious reason for Christmas?
Oh, it's the day that Christ was born.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, right, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember all those little like dioramas with the little Jesus.
Oh yeah, the nativity set.
Yeah, nativity set. I don't know. To me, it was always just like the little baby Jesus toy play set.
The toy play set.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it seems like, especially if you're a kid. But then they have like the almost life size. Well, they have life size ones too that like go outside or like in front of a church during.
Yeah, and they sell them at siliconewives.com.
Oh man, that's a little bit too far.
Okay, sorry.
But
when I just thought of it when you said life size and they're like these like figures, so I was just like,
oh yeah.
I was like, well, if they were silicone, I mean.
Yeah, so the religious the Christian reason of Christmas is celebrating the day when Jesus was born, even though a lot of people don't even think he was born like in the December time. It's simply because Christmas comes from Germany originally. It has nothing to do with Christianity.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's about Saint Nicholas. Like he was like a nice man that gave out things to people in need.
Yeah.
And it was celebrated in December because it was a pagan tradition from even before Christmas was a thing. People celebrated the winter solstice. But so people just kind of took Jesus's birthday as a way to appropriate a holiday tradition.
Wow.
Thanks a lot, Christians.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thank them for
You made
it.
Christmas.
Yeah, you made
Christ is in the name.
Maybe that's part of the reason.
It is.
Oh, wow.
Because of Christians.
Yep.
Fucking. That's another reason I probably wouldn't want to celebrate Christmas is because I don't know if I would raise a religious family if I had one.
Yeah, I feel like it's more about gift giving and being together. So it's just
Hey
like
kids, you
get
almost
together with your family.
you
in
almost
December.
ready for present day?
Yeah, you almost ready for present day. This is the day where we show you
And-
how much we really love you.
And then the little kids like would be like, why don't we like celebrate Christmas and we just call it present day? Like,
it is
well, it's because we don't believe in God. Oh man.
good. It's okay. We just call it present day. Kids, you ready for present day?
You
Have
mean
been
today?
A good boy and girl all year? Santa's been watching, and in reality, it's just your parents are watching you. And they're like, were they good this year? And if they're not, they give them like crap for Christmas because they're like, it's literally like a kid's way of working through the year, working, to obtain the things they want, which is Christmas toys.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
so it's like it's a positive what do you call it?
Reinforcement.
Yeah, positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement.
So it's like
For being a good little boy and girl.
training them like a dog.
Yeah, it's like training them so that they can one day
If you're not
prepared for the workforce.
If you're not good, Santa's not going to bring you a toy.
Yep. Because once you grow up,
And then they're like, but I want Buzz Lightyear now. And you're like, wait till present day and you'll get him.
but you got to be good until then.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's giving me anxiety just thinking about it.
It's okay. I mean, that's how it is. We just keep repeating. It's not a bad idea. You got to prepare them.
I think I would just surprise my kids with presents like here and there throughout the whole year. Like if the new video game system came out and they're like, oh, the new PlayStation, I'd be like, you know what? I'm getting you that. And then
They'd
that's
be so
then
excited.
that's it. Then they don't have Christmas though. And then like when they're like, why doesn't our family celebrate Christmas? And I'll be like, remember when you got the PlayStation the first day it came out? If we celebrated Christmas, that wouldn't have happened.
If we celebrated Christmas, you would have had to wait 7 more months.
Yeah, although they don't. Those companies don't release them on Christmas Day or anything, right? They
release them like, I think randomly, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They actually probably don't release. They release them like right after Christmas, so that people they're in the stores, and the anticipation for getting one becomes greater as Christmas comes along. So
Yeah.
they buy even more of them.
I know there's definitely game companies that probably release games right around December.
Yeah, definitely. That's a thing. And then you get those crappy games, and we can do a whole episode on those crappy games you get around the holidays, or where it'll come out and it'll be Christmas Penguin Racing or something for the Nintendo Wii.
Christmas Penguin Racing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that existed, but you'll get random titles that are holiday themed, like Ninja Bread Man.
Ninja Bread Man.
Yeah, and they'll be this random game that is really bad, but somehow 40% of the population gets it for their kids because old people don't understand video games.
Oh, that looks cute. I'll get it for little Timothy.
Yeah, it's only $10. The rest of these are $60.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I didn't even get a pension.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We could talk about that another time.
Yeah, but for now, we're going to wish everyone a happy holiday and
Happy New Year.
just have fun doing whatever your holiday tradition is, even if it's having none at all.
And relax and prepare yourself for the hell that's going to be 2020.
2020, stepping into the future. Here on the People Also Search For podcast, we're going to go into 2020, Ryan. We're going to have a good year. We're going to look forward to the next year and the next year after that, Ryan.
And all